these back. All right. So there's a few ways you can do this at this point. What I did yesterday is I had got this template from, I think it's Artist Loft. Yeah, Artist Loft. I got it at Michael's. It's just a circle template. So what I'm going to suggest is I turn these upside down. Actually, I'll just work on one at a time. Turn it like this. Let's see. Go like this. And then this should work well. Take this. Just trace the circle. This is a Posca white with a very fine tip. And then let's see, let's try to do this. I do have a die cut machine, and I do have the circle dies, but I figured this is something that most people, you can use anything. You can use cups, any circles you have to trace circles out. And then we can cut them. And let's do a little tiny one over here. This one. Here. I don't want them all uniform. At least I don't. All right. Let's see. I think that'll be good. And then just take the scissors. And you cut around the circles. And you've got your first moon or planet. I think what I'm going to do is cut these down a little bit more first. Alright, this might be a little easier now. They don't have to be perfect. I mean, the ones I hand painted were definitely not perfect. I kept accidentally going in, and I just used a BB wipe to wipe back any errant paint. So that one's pretty cool. And then definitely save these cut-offs. You can use it for other types of collage. So what's kind of cool is that this is this specific area of the book that I'm cutting up now is about constitutional treatment of race. Sci-fi is often, you know, attempted to explore issues of social justice, including race. That one's pretty cool. All right, and then this one. I don't know what this is about, but the little snippet says not an elite law school. It's definitely talking about elite status of a law school. And then nice big one. Sweet. All of that. Put these off to the side for a moment. Come back to this. So there's a couple of things we still got to do here before we can put those circles on. One of the first is I want to have those shimmery areas. The way that I would do this is a Daler and Ronnie waterfall green. The stopper doesn't quite work as well on this color in terms of being able to pick it up in the dropper and drop it on. So I have to do it more like this. I kind of just want it to flow. You don't want to be afraid of making interesting strokes and stuff. Kind of give it an ethereal type quality. And then the other color I have for this is the silver. Some more color over here. Let's see what we can do up here. Do a heavier bit of silver here. didn't do on yesterday's, but I might want to do here. So what happens if we add something like this? Let me do, did I pick the wrong one? Nope. It's the copper gold. I think that's, maybe I'll do a couple more here. Yeah, like that. And probably brown. Put this right here. Sweet. Alright, and then there's one last thing to do, and that is stars. It's time for the stars. Alright, let's do this. Like a white acrylic ink. Got this brush pretty loaded up. This was one of the other changes I wanted to make. It was yesterday I had done it all through that white pen that I had used to draw the circles, and I was not, like, it just took forever. It's not a great way to do it. It's so hard for people to do it randomly. This is much more what I'd like. But yes, paint is probably going everywhere right now. Or ink. Alright, there's that. There we go, let that dry for a moment. Cap that back up before there are any spills. It's a nice time to take a drink of tea. I've been using Harney & Sons cinnamon tea. It's got a sweet flavor without adding any sugar or anything to it, which is really nice. So cool. I can leave that there for a moment. Just gotta give it a few to dry. And then start figuring out which planets I want to use and where. I think that one's gonna look cool there. This might be a good one there. This one here. But I want to make sure that, yeah, let's do it like that. I think like that for that. The big thing is that I'm trying to make it so that the letters underneath aren't upright, and sometimes I'm, you know, often I'm just trying to let's see, go like that. Yeah, I like that. So there's a few ways to glue these down. I do have this non-toxic photo-safe glue stick. It's acid-free. Might try that first. You can see a little of my smudge marks there from my fingers, so I definitely want to cover, I feel like I want to cover those up. So just add the glue stick all over on the back. And then put this down like that. Another way that I often will put these down, you can only use the glue stick for pretty lightweight paper, which this definitely is. I use matte medium for a lot of papers, like race paper or copy paper, and then if it's even thicker, you can use matte gel medium. Doing my best to not smudge in case any of the ink is still wet. Without any bubbles. All right. Well, it looks like the court case was about like affirmative action based on race. And I see Scalia's name in there, so it's not all that long ago. So I'd mentioned earlier about what I do for a living, and I wasn't a CS major. I actually was a government major, and my focus was theory and law, which led to a lot of classics and a lot of reading law cases and commentary on law cases. Which actually probably was, oddly enough, good preparation for entering the world of tech. All right, so there's that. Let's see. It's still a little wet, so I'm gonna wait. I think what I want to do is wait a little bit, come back and use some I have Derwent Inktense pencils, and I think having a little bit of an outline here would be really nice and help the planets stand out a little bit more, but I think this looks pretty cool. Alright, I think it's been okay enough. We'll find out. Drawing wise. So what I've got here are these Derwent Inktense pencils. I have Chinese ink and Indian ink. And what I've done in the past on stuff. Now, just kind of draw around with the pencil. And use a brush with just water. And what you can do is you activate it, and it kind of outlines it. Getting some on the circle itself, not necessarily a bad idea. And if there's areas where you feel like you could use a little more color, you can actually go in while it's even still wet and blend it out a little bit. It just helps them stand out a little bit. I often do this a lot after I've glued it down with matte medium. Matte medium will provide a non-porous layer, or like seal it, and it's really easy to move stuff around. And you can even bring it onto the planet itself, or the moon, whatever it is this is in your head, or to you. So I might do that somewhere here too. Let's get a good amount on. Alright, let's bring it onto the sheep. And then try to feather it out a little bit so it's not like a harsh line. Change it up with the Chinese ink. Since I didn't do matte medium, obviously, and just did the like glue stick, obviously be slightly cautious in terms of how much water you're putting on. And you can see here there wasn't any acrylic paint, so it really soaks into that paper there, that color. Up here. Don't have to be perfect. One here. Sorry, I want to get more of it on those areas there. All right, let me switch back to the other one. There's some like nice blues, like peacock blue, and a few other blues that are really cool for doing this type of outlining as well. That's something else to consider. guess there you have it. Relatively quick and easy attempt at planets or moons in space. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks. Have a great day.